What's up, guys? In this video, I'm gonna tell you why I prefer living here in Mexico instead of the United States. Hopefully in this video, you'll learn a little bit of vocabulary to describe your preferences as well as places that you like in the world. Let's get into it. Number one has to be weather. I come from Pennsylvania, which is the state right below New York. The climate there is very crazy. It feels like it's either super hot or it's super cold. Like the summers get as hot or hotter than down here in Mexico. And the winters get so freezing cold, and I just can't stand it. So, for example, whenever I left my hometown, it was -6°C. It was cold, dreary, cloudy, no sun. And whenever I got here, it was 26 degrees, sunny, and beautiful. Here in the evenings, I can go for a walk every day. And it just feels so nice to be able to enjoy the outdoors all year round. And that brings me to my second point, which is walkability. The ability to walk in a place. Look, in Mexico, the cities are just planned so well so that a normal person might not even need a car. For example, I can walk to any restaurant, grocery store, bank, corner store, anything I need, I can just walk to it. In my hometown, that is impossible. I mean, look at this street. This is what we call the Carlisle Pike. This is basically where all the stores and the banks and everything that you need is concentrated. Where do you walk? It's just not planned for that. And as a matter of fact, I personally knew somebody who wanted to ride their bike on this Carlisle Pike to and from work every day. And eventually they got hit by a car and they'll never be able to ride a bike again. So being in an area where I can walk to everything, that is a huge plus, and I love that. Number three is cost of living. Now, we both know that Mexico in general is cheaper than any place in the United States. And that's absolutely true. For example, this apartment that I'm living in is spacious, it's beautiful, it's nice, and it's in an incredible area. And I pay $800 a month for it. The same apartment in any US city would cost at least $3,500 a month. That's a huge amount of savings just on rent. And when it comes to food, I eat whatever I want. And I only spend about $80 a week. Whereas in the United States, I had to budget. I had to really make sure that I wasn't buying a bunch of unnecessary food, just getting the things that I needed for the week. And I was still spending like $120 a week. And as far as transportation goes, I'm kind of introverted, antisocial. I don't really go out that often. But the other day I did go out to buy a watch from the mall. And it was about a 20-minute Uber ride, and it costed me $4.50. The same Uber ride in the United States would cost at least $20. These are just a few examples of my expenditures or what I have to spend to live in Mexico. But if you want a full comparison video, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely do that for you. Now, number four is food. Now, everybody knows that Mexicans are culinary geniuses, but being able to go out and get such delicious food for so cheap is something that I'm just not accustomed to. I mean, here I can go get some delicious tacos with fresh cilantro, onion, and salsa for $2.30. If I could get that in my hometown, if I could get those tacos, that's a big if. I'm sure that I can. But if there was somebody selling them in my hometown, there's no way it would cost less than $10. And when it comes to buying food at a grocery store, it's the same thing. I mean, eggs are like a third of the price. Vegetables, like half the price. And when it comes to meat, which I'm a big meat lover, I love steak, for example. I went and got 2 ribeye steaks last night for $6. In the United States, that would cost at least $15. Probably up towards 20. So that's a huge pro. And number 5 is a little bit less logical. It's harder to explain, but it's that I don't feel like I belong in the United States, or at least where I'm from. I know it sounds a little weird, but ever since I was a kid, I just felt like I didn't belong there. I love seeing my family and I really miss them, but my hometown, I don't miss it at all. You know, I came to Mexico and people treated me like a normal person. People treated me well. They smile at me in the streets. They say good morning, good evening. And in my hometown, nobody really cares, especially now. I don't know if it's because of the winter, probably has something to do with it. But people won't even say hi to you. They do not care about you. And that energy is just not something I really want to be around, you know? I mean, literally, you know those people in the Walmarts that are literally there just to greet you? In English, we literally call them greeters. Well, in my hometown, I multiple times have said, "Good evening, ma'am," to the greeter, and she doesn't even look at me. She didn't say anything. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but you literally can't even pay them to greet somebody. But here, people say hi to me all the time who don't know me, who have no way of benefiting from me. They're just nice people. And that's something I really value. I like being around people that smile and that want to treat others well, even if they don't know them. So I love that. I really value that. And I really appreciate the people here in Mexico. So those are the 5 reasons why I prefer being here in Mexico. But remember, just because I said, you know, a lot of good things about Mexico and a lot of bad things about my country, that doesn't mean that I think that one is better than the other.
Wrong.
I love both countries and both have their strengths and their weaknesses. It's just this video is about why I prefer to be here. If you want the flashcards to learn the more advanced words and expressions used in this video, check the link in the description. And if you're looking to get private tutor sessions, why not use the link below that's going to give you a free $10 off your first session. It was wonderful seeing you again. Thanks for dropping by. Have an incredible day. Goodbye.